Week 4 of the high school football season got started early with Orange and Seminole counties playing most of their games last night.
Yeah, most of those showdowns lived up to the hype, and those neighboring counties put on a show as well. We'll take you through it all. Welcome to Football Friday Night. Let's go.
They're coming in from far and wide, filled with team spirit and hometown pride. All fired up from the big pepper rally last night. Hear the marching band playing the fight song. Teams charging the field, ready to get it on. Cheerleaders working up the crowd with all their might. That's what I love about a high school football Friday night.
And welcome into Football Friday Night, presented by McCoy Federal Credit Union. I'm Alex Walker. He's Jared Oliver. It is rare we feature the same team on back-to-back shows for our game of the week, but when it's Edgewater against Jones, that is worth the exception.
The undefeated Eagles beat West Orange last Friday in our game of the week, and 6 days later, they hosted Jones for another marquee matchup in the district opener.
Jones off to a 1-2 start, but their two losses are to defending state champ Cocoa and a powerhouse out of Maryland. We start first quarter, no score. Big fourth down for Jones. Darian Coleman wanted the throw, but tucks it and runs and gets 11 yards in the first down. A few plays later, Jerry and Parker, not yet, not yet, now he's in. It's 7-0 Tigers. Now after a Jones turnover, the Eagles answer. Michael Clayton to A.J. Howard. The defenders take each other out. The 30-yard scoring play ties the game at 7. Now down 10-7 late in the first half and inside the 15, Coleman under pressure. He's going to lose the football. Slippery. The second of 5 turnovers for the Tigers. It was 10-7 at halftime. Edgewater breaking the game open in the third. They scored on 3 straight possessions. They gave the rock to Samaj. Fleming let him go to work. 2 touchdown runs for Fleming in the third, including this 30-yard scamper. Then, on the first play of the fourth quarter, put the game on ice. Jones added a late touchdown to close the gap, but in the end, Edgewater knocking off their district rival 31-14. Our Shane Whitehead was there and joins us now with more from our Game of the Week.
This rivalry was renewed in 2019, and since then they've played 6 times. Edgewater has now won 4 of those games, including a regular season meeting last year, but Jones knocked the Eagles out of the playoffs. So a little bit of revenge for the Eagles in this one, but more importantly, they're 1-0 in district play.
That was a good one. That's a heck of a football team we played. We have nothing but respect for Jones, their staff, their players, but, you know, to get a win like that, man, it was sweet, and I'm proud of this team.
Third quarter really big for you guys.
Yeah, it was. You know, we knew we had to take it one play at a time, or really one quarter time and one play at a time, and I thought our guys were able to do that. Came up with enough big plays, both sides of the ball, to get a win, and it was sweet. We had a good crowd and a little bit of a delay, but, man, let's go.
Most importantly, you're 1-0 in district.
You know, that's it. Yeah, it's 1-0. We're just 1-0 mindset kind of each week, but you got the district games are that much more important. Again, great program. We have, you know, I wish they weren't in our district, but it is what it is, and we wish them the best. We have nothing but respect, but yeah, 1-0 in district, we'll take it.
So Edgewater improves to 4-0. Jones falls to 1-3. This is the 4th week in a row the Tigers have played a state-ranked team, and they have just the 1 win. At Edgewater High School, Shane Whitehead, Football Friday Night on 9.
Thank you, Shane. Well, Seminole might be the most battle-tested team in all of Central Florida in 3 weeks into the season. The Seminoles have already played 3 title contenders, and they beat Rockledge and Osceola and lost a tight one last week on the road against Treasure Coast out of Port St. Lucie. Last night, Seminole with another test on the road at Evans. The Trojans off to a 2-1 start, but Seminoles defense making their presence felt early. Check out the awareness by Jordan Perkins, picks off Chris Peterson and takes it the other way for a house call. Great play there. Seminole goes up 7-0, but Seminole puts together another methodical drive. Carson Sicarios-Lasky makes a check at the line of scrimmage and pushes his way into the end zone to double their lead on the road. In the second quarter, Seminole made it 21-0 after this option pitch to Rodney Grant. Seminole dominating in this one on the road, 35-14. The final, they improved to 3-1. Boone playing at home for the second straight week. Last night, the Braves hosting Freedom The Braves get on the board first. A 60-yard toss and catch from Sam Johnson to Isaiah Mazzell down the sidelines. You just have to take our word for it. 7-0 Boone. Later in the first, it's Johnson to Mazzell again. Mazzell doing most of the work on this 35-yard score. 14-0 Braves. The Boone special team says, don't forget about us either. There's a 43-yard field goal to make it 17-0. Boone blows out Freedom 38-0 in the final. Andy Johnson gets his 100th career win.
Congrats to Coach Johnson. All right, up next, we've got a matchup between two schools looking to find their footing. West Orange is 1-2 with back-to-back losses against Apopka and Edgewater. The Warriors were on the road tonight at 1-2 Wekiva. The Mustangs also losing 2 straight to Ocoee and Lake Minneola. One team is getting back to 500 tonight. The other set to lose their 3rd straight game. Mid-third, Mustangs up 12-7. Nathan Fritchley has trouble with the snap. It's a safety. West Orange cuts the Warriors' lead to 12-9. Pardon me, West Orange cuts it to 12-9. Late 4th, though, last chance for West Orange. Jack Riley picked off by Joshua Bennett. What a strange game. Wekiva wins a defensive slugfest 12-9 to get back to 500. It is time for the Battle of the O's. 2-1 Olympia hosting 2-1 Ocoee. The Knights strike first. Nathaniel Worrell hiding behind those big O linemen, weaving his way inside and out and finally diving over the line for 6. 7-0 Ocoee. It's 10-0 Knights when Olympia's Romello Ware says that's enough of a head start. Takes matters into his own hands, pops it outside, strolls down the sidelines to cut the lead to 4. Later on, it's the Olympia offense picking on the Ocoee corners. Juan Gainey's had a heck of a game. He finds Carson Rutledge on the go route. Nice connection there. Titans go up 13-10. Olympia making a statement last night. They hammer Ocoee 39-17.
Let's check in with another one of our O schools. The Oviedo Lions were looking to hand 3-0 Heritage its first loss of the season. The Panthers from Palm Bay have been absolutely dominant so far. They have outscored their 3 opponents 97-0. Late 3rd quarter, Heritage up 28-21. Oviedo return man Alejandro Bello has a little trouble collecting the ball, but once he does, it's turbo time. Makes one man miss, and he's got nothing but green grass in front or turf. Bolts across the line, the goal line, and the line's tied at 28. Same score in the 4th quarter. Jerome Curry hits Marquette Williams. He tight ropes one down the sideline. Oviedo takes the lead 35-28. This back and forth battle was something special. Heritage answering right back. Joseph Tenta launches deep and finds Demetrius Samuel Jr. The sophomore finds pay dirt to tie the game at 35. Less than a minute to go in regulation. Oviedo driving. Curry connects with Emiliano Galarza in the red zone, but he coughs it up and Heritage recovers. Huge play. But on the very next play, Tajay Douglas, oh no, the worst possible spot to fumble, and the Lions recover at the goal line. Wild sequence in the final seconds, and Curry would capitalize, calls his own number this time, and scores the game-winning touchdown. Oviedo wins a thriller 42-35 to get back to 500 at 2-2.
Yeah, that was a crazy game. All right, Timber Creek picking up its first one of the season last week against East River. Tonight, the Wolves visiting the Huskies at Hagerty. The Huskies on the hunt early. Caden Mitchell looking for Bryson Brock, but it's picked off by Chase Cintron, ending the scoring threat. But the Huskies would find the end zone no problem the next time around. Antonio Van, touchdown, Hagerty up 7-0. Same score into the 2nd quarter. Timber Creek's Brian Kendall floats the ball to Eli Van Arnhem. He somehow hauls it in. What a play, and they would turn that into 3 points. The field goal is good, and the Wolves cut the lead to 7-3. Time winding down before the half for Hagerty. This play worked before. Why not use it again? Van, touchdown, 14-3 Hagerty at the half, and the Huskies hold on, 14-10, the final. Checking out some other scores. Lake Nona pounds Cypress Creek 46-0. The Bears still winless. The other Bears from Winter Springs didn't fare too well either. East River won by 8, 20-12. Out in Volusia County, Mainland shuts out Rains 26-0. They're 4-0. And Atlantic sinks Deltona tonight 15-0. We are just getting started here on Football Friday Night. When we come back, we feature one of the biggest matchups of Week 4.
Yeah, absolutely, and that would be Titusville's trip to Palm Bay. The Terriers are undefeated, and they put their record on the line against a really talented group of Pirates. And Bishop Moore hosting Bishop Kenny out of Jacksonville tonight. Yeah, we see you. A thrilling game in downtown Orlando coming up. And Foundation traveled to Orlando Christian Prep tonight. Some big plays on both sides of the ball. Find out who wins next.
We also head to Oviedo to feature the Masters Academy. They got a father-son coaching duo that's putting on a show so far this season. But before we return to the gridiron, it is time for our first Sonic Battle of the Bands.
Here's the Winter Park Marching Band.
Welcome back to Football Friday Night on 9. Out in Melbourne, Palm Bay is 2-1, and all three of their games have been incredibly lopsided. The Pirates shut out Bayside and Harmony by a combined score of 71-0, but their one loss was a 34-0 beatdown at the hands of Heritage. Tonight, Palm Bay hosting a 3-0 Titusville team that has outscored its opponents 97-20. First Terrier possession, Nate Lopez strikes first, scores from 10 yards out. They missed the PAT, so it's 6-0 Titusville. The Pirates on the attack now, but some trouble with the snap. Football's loose. Look at Dwight Jenkins. Slides in the pile, gets the football for the Terriers. 7 plays later and a change of quarters later, Jamarian Stevens totes the rock, finds the end zone. It's 13-0 Titusville. Under 30 seconds to go in the half, Titusville near midfield. They call the draw. Slips. Hey, look, it wouldn't matter. This Titusville team has some bite to them. They win 16-10. They are 4-0. O'Galley remains undefeated with a 35-7 win over Satellite tonight. Not many points scored between Astronaut and New Smyrna Beach. The Barracudas, though, get the win 8-2.
The Bishop Moore Hornets start the season 0-3 for the first time since 2021. Tonight they were at home hoping to put that end to that streak against Bishop Kenny. The undefeated Crusaders were looking for their third win of the season. No score, first quarter. Bishop Moore's first possession, Gabriel Diaz, starts one way and finishes the other. Even points to you at home, 7-0 Hornets. And a chest bump for the ball boy. There it is. It was 7-0 at the half. First play of the second half. This is a quarterback sneak. BMQB Bjorn Jurgensen turns it into a 50-yard scamper. He scored on another QB sneak a few plays later to make it 14-0 Hornets. Wow, that's rare. But Bishop Kenny came crusading back. Caleb Madison finds his way 25 yards into the end zone. That cut the lead in half, 14-7. Next possession for the Crusaders. Madison with the rock again. 20 yards to pay dirt this time, tied the game at 14. Bishop Kenny scored on all three of their third quarter possessions. James Davis gets his gets 6 more on a short run. The Crusaders took a 21-14 lead, but in the fourth, the Hornets sting on 4th and short. Jalen Powell cuts back to his blockers, and the sideline is his. One problem, he stepped out of bounds a few plays later. He got a chance for some redemption. Scores from the 2, tied at 21. Bishop Moore with 17 fourth quarter points gets their first win of the season, 31-21. How about undefeated Orlando Christian Prep? They were at home tonight facing 2-1 Foundation Academy. The Warriors and a long drive in the end zone. Avery Anderson fights his way with the second effort to put his team on the board first, 7-0 OCP. The Warriors threatening again. Cameron Curzon is going to throw. He's looking, but he's picked off by the linebacker, Cole Huntley, and he stays on his feet, and he is going to take it all the way back for a pick 6. How about that? A Foundation touchdown. Put that one on your highlight tape right there, kid. Game was tied at the half, but the Warriors handled their business in the second half. OCP gets it done 32-14.
It is time to showcase the Kruzek connection at the Masters Academy. Their first-year head coach is Garrett Kruzek, and he's got a pretty talented offensive coordinator calling the plays. It's his dad, former UCF and Trinity Prep head coach Mike Kruzek. Mike and Garrett have a good thing going in their first season in Oviedo. Masters Academy off to a 2-1 start following a huge win at St. Petersburg Catholic. Tonight, the Eagles hosting Orangewood Christian. First drive of the night for the Eagles, O'Shea Faison takes the pitch. Finds the edge, nearly scores. Gets pushed out at the 1. But on the very next play, give it back to him. Number 2, in for 6. Bullies his way into the end zone. It's 7-0 Masters Academy. Next Eagles drive after Orangewood Christian fumbles it. They go to the air. Nazir McMillan to Jake Hormel. Easy, 14-0 TMA. They're going to run that exact same play on their very next drive. And guess what? It works again. McMillan to Hormel. Show the student section some love. How about the mascot, too? Come on. Now, more of the same in the second quarter. New quarterback, wouldn't matter. Davon Washington goes the distance. He is so fast. 27-0 Masters. They win 55-0. They're 3-1.
Let's check in with Lake County. Lake Mineola and East Ridge has been postponed until October 2nd. And Tavares takes care of business in the Battle of the Bulldogs against Umatilla, 41-14. Tavares now 2-1 this season.
And there is still plenty to come here on Football Friday night, including a look back at the best of the best from Week 4.
And we'll find out if your school made the cut for the top plays of the week presented by McCoy Federal Credit Union.
Find out in just a few minutes with 2 nights of action to choose from. Man, we looked at a lot of video. It was hard to pick just 3 plays from a wild 48 hours. But first, our Sonic Battle of the Bands continues.
And with that, the Edgewater High School Band takes the field. Enjoy.
And welcome back to Football Friday Night, presented by McCoy Federal Credit Union.
Alex, it is now time for our top plays of the week, and we start with something you don't see very often. A quarterback sneak where the QB, well, he just keeps running. Bishop Moore quarterback Bjorn Jurgensen went 50 yards on this sneak and scored a few plays later on another quarterback sneak. The Sneaky Hornets get their first win of the season, 31-21 over Bishop Kenny from Jacksonville. Play number 2 is from Foundation at Orlando Christian Prep. Cameron Curzon throws, but he's picked off by linebacker Cole Huntley, and he's going to take it all the way back, stays on his feet for a Foundation touchdown. That is most definitely going on the highlight tape, first play probably, but OCP does go on to win the game 32-14.
Our third and final play comes to us from the Oviedo special teams. Late third, Oviedo return man Alejandro Bello has a little trouble getting the ball, but once he does, it is turbo time. Makes one man miss, nothing but green turf in front of him. Lions would go on to win a thriller, 42-35 over Heritage. Nice play.
Yeah.
It is now time for our final Sonic Battle of the Bands.
All right, here we go. Take a listen to the Apopka High School Band as we take a break here on Football Friday Night.